Hey everybody, Scoutcrafter here again. It's Friday, TGIF. You made it through another week. What a beautiful day. Look at that sky. Oh, you couldn't get for better weather than today. So we're only going to be downstairs for a short time. We got a lot of stuff to do. And hopefully I'll relax you in this video because we got some relaxing subjects to talk about. Let's get downstairs and get started. So let's start off today's show with a little, we'll go back, take it back a bit for that lock. We did a lock on the last episode I bought at Jacktown. It was a beautiful Scandinavian style lock, but it was, you know, rusted, it was seized up. Put it in the vaporess. Let's take a look. I'll show you some of the before footage and let's take a look at what it looks like now. This is called it's an antique iron warded, because it uses a series of wards or gates in there that this key goes in and has to pass through padlock. And these were amongst the earliest ones. These were in the 1800s, but they went up to the 1940s actually, because they're very heavy duty. They're forged. I mean, it's a tremendously, you know, and you can see what I paid for it, right? But they do go for a lot of money, especially if they have the key, because you see how hard these keys are to duplicate. You could custom make one with a Dremel, I guess, but you know, they're not easy to duplicate. Now this one here, the key goes in, it turns a little bit. I do believe this will work, but I don't want to, you know, force the key. What we're going to do is we're going to put this in some Evaporust and let that sit for a couple days and then see what happens. And because we want to get all that in there, and then we'll lubricate it, and I believe we'll get this to work. But I'll hit it quick with the wire brush before I put it in the Evaporust, give it a head start. And let me show you what that looks like. And that was a quick cleanup, huh? Look how nice this came out. You know, that's just with the wire brush. Again, we're going to put it in the Evaporust. But you can see here the inners of the lock were brass, of course, so they wouldn't rust out and whatnot. But there's always some parts in there, that the wards that are steel, and that's why the lock probably isn't working. Now, I'm sure that if I drench this with some 50-50, I can get it to work, but I don't want to contaminate the Evaporust. Let it get in there, do its work, then I'll lubricate it and get it to work. And we're calling this project done. And I have to tell you something. This is where the Evaporust really shines because, and again, I'm not sponsored, but I have to tell you, getting inside the lock, turning, you know, getting rid of all the rust and not flash rusting like the vinegar does or the other things that I tried. The anything that has an acid to it tends to flash rust a little bit more than the Evaporust. But let me show you what this looks like now. You can see here, this is just a natural finish. Now, they used to put some kind of black finish on here, but I'll tell you something, it feels really nice. You know, I polished it out, and again, I didn't, you know, make it a mirror finish or something. This is the actual finish of the lock, but without the black. And you can see here, all the lettering is exactly the same as it was before. And let me show you how this works now. Here's the key. The key goes in here like this, and you turn it once, just like that. And look what happens. You see that there? Look at, those are all the ward gates. And it's pretty intricate how it works. These locks were heavy duty. They were no joke. And they used them for a long time. Military used them. These are heavy duty locks. A heavy lock too. You can see up here there's a number. Is that 8486 maybe? 8485? You could see better than me. But and you can see how nicely it works though. So you see when you put the key in, give it a turn, and this comes up. And they were very strong locks, used for a long time. And now, you know, they've kind of fallen to the wayside with what they have. But even the weight of this lock, very heavy. So this is a fun project, and probably, believe it or not, one of my best buys of that day for $5. Okay, that was a real fun project. And next up, I wanted to tackle these Channellocks, these Channellock lineman's pliers that was given to me by Noah from Maryland. And Noah, you know, on the show for a while, a longtime subscriber. Let's go check these out. Okay, next up we have these lovely pair of Channellocks from Noah. And you can see here, these are about as rusty as I've ever seen any Channellocks before, but you can see what they look like. You can see the pitting, the scraping. I don't even know what number it is. But here's the dilemma with these, okay? Now, these handles are in good shape, and they will clean up. But a lot of times when you have this kind of rust up here, a lot of times there might be rust under the handles. And, you know, we'd like to take care of that. What we ideally would like to do is take the handles or, you know, get them off somehow. And they're very difficult to get off because they're dipped. And Channellock has a series, and they dip them, I hot dip them in this special dipping solution or whatever. And it's nothing like the plastic dip. That plastic dip, I never liked it because it doesn't leave. See, this is shiny and it gives you a nice feel. The plastic dip comes out like a dull finish, and you got to put a bunch of coats on, and it's never durable. I've never found it durable. Not like these are. So we're going to see what we can do. Worst comes to worst, we'll have to discard these and maybe put some Klein coats on. I would love to be able to take these off and put them back on, but we'll see what we can do. Okay, we have some good news. I was pulling this back here with my thumb and working this grip back. I can't pull it off, obviously, because like I said, it's dipped on. But I was pulling the top back, and I noticed that underneath here, you could see up to a point, you can see it's all clean metal back there. You see that? There's no rust from about 1/4 of an inch down. So what I figured we would do is we would cut off the top of these grips and then just finish a film, because these are all rust-free under these grips. So I was worried that maybe there'd be rust under there. There isn't. So now we could just go and work on these. So remember what it looks like here. Remember what the jaws look like and everything. That kind of. Let's get working. Okay, here we have a half and half. This is, you can see this side was wire brush. So you can see you can have a lot of fun cleaning up your tools with just a wire brush. You don't have to go all out. You know, we just have some fun here. But you can see what kind of effect you'll get with just a wire brush. You can get all the rust out, oil it up, and it's good to go. But we're going to finish these up nice. So let's do the rest. Okay, here's our post wire brush evaluation. You can see here we have that, what do we hate, that bubbly rust is always the worst, I always say, and it happened to be on that side. So, and I'm not even going to try and save the writing. We all know it's a Channellock, so that's going to come off. We're going to take this down and make these a nice pair. There's something that you'd be proud to carry. Look it up here. We got to get in there. Over here, you could see the remnants of the model number here. Looks like something 8. And it squeaks a little. We'll take care of that. But otherwise, you know, these, I'm telling you, they make good steel. But look at that. Look at that. Let's go to town, have some fun with these. That's what it's all about. Now you know my favorite part. Remember what these Channellocks look like before we started. And we're calling this project done. Look how nice these came out, huh? Who could ever have believed that this is the same pair that Noah brought down, that he got for free? Because they will look at that. Look at that beautiful finish. I kept left one end. Now, I left that one end to remind me that this was a gift from Noah, and that'll always be on there for the rest of its life. Look at that. Just a beautiful finish on here. Look at the jaws cleaned up. All beautiful, right? Everything looks good. Didn't have to touch, didn't have to sharpen anything. See what we did with the handles? Cut them down a little bit, and just look at that. They're just terrific. Let me show you how it cuts. A good way to check this out is a Q-tip, you know, with that cardboard handle. You could see how it snaps, cuts it nice. up and down the jaws. A little bit of oil coming out of there, but yeah, this is just a beautiful pair. And Channellock's always made fantastic pliers. Their steel is unmatched, and they cut fantastic. For the handles, we did it with Goop hand cleaner, and you can see here, they're just nice. I mean, something that you would never expect, that they look like they came from the sea. Remember up here, that was all on the sides, was all dug in, and the tip looks good. And this is always difficult to get in here, but did both sides in there, and just a nice pair. So Noah, thanks so much. These are beautiful, and they'll come in really handy. Okay, it was a productive episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend now. Take care. Bye-bye.